Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chase Race number 2 at Auto Club. And I'll tell you what a wild Chase Race number 1 for what we did at Orlando. And I gotta say, I mean, despite for the circumstances of what happened to Marty Johnson and all, he's back in the race and Madison Tall winning. What a show we're going to have for Auto Club. And joining me in the booth for the first time, James Ellison, which I believe, James, my memory serves me correctly, he now you've done 2 of the 3 NRSL commentators. Isn't that right?
It's Vince Freeze.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. How would it not be?
What's up? So yeah, this is an interesting way to start it up. At Auto Club Speedway, here we are. A lot of hometown heroes. Here we go.
Yeah, let's get on down to your starting lineup. On the pole for this one, Sean R. Next to him, Cole Baker. Third is Joshua Sicoli, one of the hometown heroes and the highest running chaser right now. Fourth, Austin Yoakum. Fifth, Benny Watson. Sixth, Brian Acosta. Seventh, Skylar Dixon. Eighth, Eli Bright. Ninth, John Hockley in the top 10. TJ Hanley. Here's the rest of your starting lineup from 11th on back. Now, Vince, I got to ask you, when we take the green flag here, what do you think is going to be the key coming to this race for this 38 lap race here going on?
Yeah, stay out of trouble, right? We saw the first race. Some guys are a little points hole, and we also know strategy will come into play, which we'll get to later. And of course, you always can't count out the big one, right? Anything like a super speedway race, there's always a chance the big ones to stay out of that mess.
Jake Hook and Elijah Leonard on the rear of the field for today's race. Of course, here that we are running the Hendrick Cars 300, the first race of the West Coast swing that's going to come on by. 3 races that we are going to have that are going to be in the West Coast. Auto Club for this one, open roads. Next week, the Crazy Road Course, where you're going to see a lot of crazy action just like Thornton and Las Vegas. And then we also end outside of that Armory Digital. And then the next 5 after that, Texas, Pensacola, DC, Kansas, and of course the finale at Zen Joltas. But we are about ready to get the command to start the engine, so you know what to do, command flag person, you know what to do.
Drivers, start your engines!
There's the command going on by. And Vince, this is a very big track, a lot of wide competitive racing is going to come on by. One driver that's going to really keep your eye, who do you think it's going to be out of the chasers?
Obviously, I'm in the race. I'll say me, but honestly, when I look at James Ellison as one, Brandon Crasta, we know he's had some problems. Of course, the guy who's the man to be in the regular season, Adam Garcia, and of course the hometown heroes ran the chasers as well, which we'll get to.
Joshua Sicoli, definitely one of them for sure. Brandon Crasta, like you mentioned before, he is another one of those hometown heroes that's in the chase, and 2 with Skylar Dixon. So those 3, of course, are going to be the key ones to keep an eye on, but we shall see what'll happen. We came here last season, of course, with a different mod and all. It was still a great competitive race, so we'll see what'll happen. But it is showtime, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. We are underway at Auto Club Speedway. Let's roll. Coming off of turn number 2 right there, Joshua Sicoli already trying to go for the lead. He's seen right off the bat, Vince, they were going to go 4 wide coming in turn 1. They were not wasting any time whatsoever.
Yeah, these starts, of course, the Auto Club with the wide grooves, as you said, these guys are taking aggressive restarts to the core. Sicoli looking to lead in front of that home crowd, lap 1.
And he's definitely going to do it right there for sure. And the one thing that's going to really be interesting to see is NS Racing and Marty Johnson. Remember, they were the ones that basically just triple teamed the 4. Wow, they were about sliding right over there, but they're going to keep it together. But, man, they are really going to push some aggression. 5 wide, you are seeing early on, and Garcia and Crasta in the worst scenario about rubbing doors into 3. Oh, my goodness, are they going to try 6 wide? Get out of here. Oh, they're going to do it. Settle back out to 5. Wow, already not wasting time.
Yeah, these guys, they got to go, right? We talked about staying out of that big one. We thought the big one would be there. There's James Ellison. We talked about him in the pre-race. Looking to go 5 wide, make an aggressive move.
Crasta was literally about rubbing doors there. And I don't know how he didn't get turned right there. But speaking of Ellison, around he goes. No caution. That's at least he's got no damage. But there's a wreck behind. Oh, Kukulon's up and over. Ryan Griffin Travis Crampton, another one of the drivers from this home track right here. And, oh, Griffin just ran in the back of Nicholas Guerra. And what is Ellison doing? He's mowing the grass.
Ellison's lawn cutting service there as we'll take you to the caution flag at lap 4.
Yes, Kukulon. Oh, my goodness. That car's destroyed as that Mercedes-Benz Bass Pro Shops there. Oh, my goodness. That car's crunched. That car's definitely going to be done. And that's a tough break for a driver that did really well in Orlando, but not well here. Gary Owen, Garrett Sittner involved, Patrick Smith. And that looks like that's about it. Tell you what, James Ellison got very lucky on that one. He was hoping right away for a quick yellow after the spin, and well, even though he's going to pass some of the damaged cars, notice some drivers are actually coming down pit road and some drivers are staying out. Here's the question, Vince. Do you think this is a really good idea to pit early on, only lap 4 of 38, or do you think you should kind of pit a little later on?
This is both. I mean, if I had nothing to lose, right, I'm not in the playoffs, sure. But if I'm in the playoffs, I take a little backseat. I would have stayed out with the guys. But who knows, right? Maybe they're looking for more yellows in this race. Maybe they're going to see more accidents and extend that first run. As pace lights are, there you go for it.
Yep, Carter Friesen out in front right now. We're on lap 5 of 38. Let's go take a look at ourselves. Our first caution for today. We're going to start with the non-caution with James Ellison, and then we're going to see what happened to Kukulon, that wild ride he had. Well, you saw it there, Vince. I mean, this was not even, well, they're about to go 5 wide right there. Keep an eye on the 39 of Ellison, the 92 of Crampton. Oh, TJ Haley tried to block the 92 and just cut him off right there.
That's what Ellison can do. He's just innocent bystander. Crampton's going to go down to the apron, save it.
Yeah, he made a nice save right there, and Ellison, lucky for him, he didn't hit the wall, so that's at least a good sign. However, this is where the bad's going to start to happen. Notice Jake Baskinger and Ryan Griffin, teammates right there. They're seeing that 92, and you know when someone's going to come back up on the course, that's the time you really want to give him the room right there. But Crampton goes up the course. Baskinger turns and goes into his own teammate, into Kukulon, and then you see up ahead just more chaos ensuing, and then, oh man, Sebastian Kukulon going to go up and over. Gary Owen, you see, get involved. Patrick Smith, Garrett Sittner, and Nicholas Guerra also went up and over. Nice miss by a few of the drivers in the rear of the field there, and look at Kukulon. The 42 is going to go up and over the 29's front end there, and about go on top of the windshield right there, and lands the car, but I'm amazed that car actually drove away right there.
Right, for both those, it'll take some onboards in a minute. But yeah, tough break for Kukulon and Griffin chasers.
Yeah, Kukulon, Griffin, 2 chasers getting involved, and add an insult injury to Ryan Griffin. You see, he was trying to get the car back together, and I don't know what he was thinking there. He just ran to the back of Guerra, and that really just hurt his car right there. You see Ellison just mowing the grass right there. Yep, he's definitely going to have a lawn mowing company sponsor that car next season. I would not be surprised. And I do agree with James. Let's go with getting an onboard for sure. Let's see, Vince. Let's see some onboards. Onboard, James Ellison. Oh, you know, when you look at that view, that looked like Benny Watson actually kind of helped out with that incident right there. That was probably the sight to see for the 39. I think he definitely made a very wise move. A little crazy, but a wise move by going in the grass there. He didn't trust that there one bit. On board, Travis Crampton. Yeah, you saw him from the view there because the 74 made a little bit of contact with the 07, and he kind of went down there. But this was a poor move by Crampton. And watch this. Here comes the 42 of Kukulon in the view. Yeah, I'm still amazed how he managed to drive away with that there. That was Griffin right there. You just heard in the background right there. Inside the cockpit of Ryan Griffin and Vince. I mean, let's just see what happened toward the end. But you can see he was in a really big hornet's nest early on.
Yeah, he's just in the middle of the pack here.
watch the 42. That's always a scary sight to see, a car going over you. And let's see what happened here. She's driving fine. Oh, man, I don't know what the heck happened. I think he was just trying to get around Kugelman, and he just... Something must have happened. I don't know, but that was very weird. That's a first time there. Caution's out. Let's take it back to the green. So we are not live, but Pace Car's giving us the 1 lap to go. Out of the race, Ryan Griffin, Sebastian Kugelman, and Nicholas Guerra all out of the race. Some tough break for both Griffin and Kugelman. They're going to only get 1 and 2 points, respectively, for their positions in the chase. Top 10 rundown, we go back green is Carter Friesen, Jonathan Hoff, Joshua Sokoli, Benny Watson, Adam Garcia, TJ Hanley, Eli Bright, Sean Ard, Ryan Acosta, and Masson Tall completing your top 10. NS Racing looking to go 2 in a row today. Green flag back underway for the Canadian Carter Friesen. And Vince, you got to remember, Carter last season really didn't have much of a season, was very quiet, didn't really have a lot of noise. And this season, didn't get a win, but remained very consistent. There were very few drivers that got that run and momentum they needed, but who's been the one chaser that made it this season that really impressed you the most?
I have to say Carter Friesen, obviously, but I think one guy that's overlooked is Ryan Griffin, even though he got wrecked out. He won, I believe it was Ireland, and he definitely. I didn't think he went on a road course, but as far as consistency, Friesen's up there, Garcia, Crasta, the main guys, and before that wreck, I mean James Ellison too. You got to give him credit; he wasn't the regular season points leader for most of the season.
And you have to remember, too, a lot of these guys that have made the chase as well, they are rookies. And this is a good prime slot for having a lot of rookie contenders going on in this series. So no surprise that a good number of them are here. And, of course, Carter Friesen and a few others there. Joshua Sokoli, second-year drivers or even long-time veterans that are here. At the line, though, who's going to get it? Hoff. He's been having a really good car. Remember, he had a chance to win Orlando, but he had a problem going on by after the first caution before we went back to green flag racing, and he worked his way back up through the field, finished in the top 15, and then, of course, the incident with, Nathan Stapleton, Travis Crampton, and Marty Johnson, where he literally destroyed the 4-car. And Friesen has been having a really good run, and remember, if a chaser wins a race here, they're going to get 2 extra bonus points there, and Friesen's taking full opportunity of this.
Definitely looking to put the icing on the cake here at Auto Club, but Sokoli looks like to be the strongest car so far I've seen today, though. He seems to go to the back to the front and come back to the front. He seems like he's good with the handling in the dirty air.
Yeah, that Coors Light Chevrolet's been really, really good there, trying to do what he can. And here's Benny Watson, which, it's been misery for that Hooters Corvette right there. Not coming back next season, not just for Flickinger, but also just NRSL altogether. At least wants to end it on a high note. I know the same can be said for Marty Johnson and Matthew Eves and a few other drivers who have been in the bottom of the barrel, but the 74 car running pretty good right now. Hoff trying to take the lead from Carter Friesen, and I'll tell you what there, Vince, the racing is getting back to its usual form it was before that first caution came out.
4 or 5 wide action pretty soon. I think these guys know pit stops could be looming. We got to watch those guys who came in lap 4. Did they make the right strategy? That'll be looming pretty soon. So we have 4 wide back there.
Man, they are just getting dicey over here. I'll tell you what, though, Sokoli's been managing to get away from that pack, and he's been the best drivers of the Hometown Hero Club, and not too far behind. You got Ryan Acosta in the 19. That's another one of those drivers representing their home track. Aaron Douglas also on that inside line right there in that U-Theory Toyota. Trying to represent, and obviously, when you try to represent your home track, you go big or go home, and it doesn't even matter if you're a chaser or non-chaser, there's a lot of significance there, and Carter Friesen once again trying to take the lead. And for a second, I thought Walt was making an indication of coming down pit road, but he's not. And look who I'm starting to see work his way up into the field there. We mentioned about Benny Watson having the misery of a season. How about Matthew Eves in the 36?
These guys got nothing to lose, like we said in the pre-race, right? Nothing to lose.
Nope.
Nothing to gain. Might as well just go out there for the glory. You see Watson and Eves looking for that glory.
And they don't want to finish dead last in the points. So, of course, those drivers that are there in that position, they're going to have to do what they can to not finish in that spot. That's called Embarrassment right there. 4 wide there for position. And man, tell you what, Eves and Ard were getting pretty close right there.
Yeah, Eves and Ard look like they were rubbing. But right now, Carter Friesen trying to make a statement on the field.
Carter Friesen, Benny Watson, Michael Walton. 2 chasers in that top 3 right there. And then there's just a whole hornet's nest of drivers just all in a gaggle of pack right there. And those 3 are running away from that entire pack there. I guarantee if your name is Benny Watson, you're relying on the draft so that way you can make a pass. But look at Michael Walton with a run on the outside getting the draft. Actually, the 74 is coming down pit road, and a good hornet's nest of drivers are. Interesting. Pit stops on lap 15 to 38. Garrett Sidner also coming down. And I'm amazed James Ellison fell all the way back. I don't know what happened to the 39 unless he made a pit stop before, but he is a lap down right now. I have a feeling he was the first one that came down there, Vince.
Yeah, he might be looking for some strategy, but now we get down to pit road here.
And
Comes Friesen.
Eve's going to try to do the move. Can't do it. Tried to do the classic trick where you pass on the high line before coming down pit road. It did not work out. A couple drivers stayed out. That's Rob Evans and Jake Baskinger. Baskinger looking for his 3rd win of the season. And you got to remember, for Full Throttle Motorsports, you got 2 of your drivers not coming. You got 1 driver not coming back next season. And you're adding in a 2nd car to the team. They already got 1 of the drivers. That's Alex Tanker. But this is the one that they're trying to replace. I know free agency, you're relying on the last driver, but what do you do if you're William Brock, and who do you really want to sign? That's always the tough part, is now the rest of the field going to come on down. And I am not sure. I think Crampton may be the leader. I could be wrong. He could be the leader. And they are saying he is. And Ellison got his lap back the hard way. And wow. Yeah, you're right there, Vince. He may have pitted earlier on. The
I
problem
guess
is
he's looking for some type of strategy play, but he needs a caution to, save him, I think, though.
Jake Baskinger, Rob Evans are leaving pit road. And Crampton's got at least a 5-second lead nearly over Patrick Smith in the 15. Wow, and he got involved in the accident too. And now you can see they are passing that Alliance Truck Parts Supra. Now they're saying more cars are a lap down, according to the ticker. I don't know, but this is going to be very wonky there. Gary Owen just left pit road. Where's Crampton, that 92? Because, man, he is just gone. Now he's coming down. Oh, I guess not. I thought everyone came down. So
overcut strategy. Okay.
He stayed out the longest, so he's going to have the freshest rubber out of everybody. Patrick Smith is down. And I think James Ellison, if you're seeing this correctly, could be the leader after all this. That may be a bold move right there by the Stouffer Chevrolet. They're trying to get Crampton out of there. Remember, that's one of the drivers representing their home track. And I think at the line, though, Hoff will lead. But what a gutsy move by James Ellison. He made it work. But now comes the question, how are those tires going to be? Because, it's already getting a little bit worn at this point.
Yeah, I think James is just hoping, like I said, for a caution to get back on cycle. I don't think he can win the race with those old tires. He's looking for that yellow.
And the one driver that's not wanting a yellow, you're going to find him, this guy right here. He's the one that is probably the last thing that he needs is a yellow. Friesen back to the point. And man, whatever they put in that SunTrust Supra, he has been flying through this field.
We talked about Sekuli, right, having the best car. Well, I think we got 2 right at the front, Friesen and Sekuli. Could be a duel.
Friesen's been out in front this entire race, and he has not looked back. And the battle of the banks right there. Both ironic enough in Toyotas, too. SunTrust and Moneyline. It's a very crazy turn of events right there. It's Sicoli in third. Yeah, definitely got to give credit. Right now, the top chasers are Friesen, Sicoli, Ellison, and Michael Walton. And a big redemption for car 39 after what happened to him in Orlando, getting involved into that pileup, being stuck on pit road, being 2 laps down, and gaining whatever he could because of all those accidents that were there. And now here he is having a chance to battle for the win. But I think the question that's going to remain is how far will Ellison stretch the fuel line, let alone those tires, to try to win this race if we stay caution-free.
That's the key if we stay calm. But right now, it seems like they're all spread out, so it's a good possibility we might stay caution-free. But they're starting to pack up again soon. I can feel it.
You see Jonathan Zorla and Vince Friese is starting to work their way back into the field. Garcia just a bit of ways behind. Bobo Jones, which is good to see up on the front for once. Eli Bright, Cole Deaver, and Massatal. Got to give credit to the A-team, looking for 2 in a row. But they brought NS Racing's first career win right there. And for second, man, you know, I always hate when those drivers keep doing that when they slide up because that always is a sign someone's coming down pit road. But nope, they're just teasing the commentator at this point. Just look at Pack 2 real quick and see what's going on because they're pretty much in a big pack right now. That's Aaron Douglas in the 51, Brandon Craston in the 95, Elijah Leonard in the 87, Benny Watson in the 74, Jake Baskinger in the 2, Riley Keith in the 3, Andrew Miller in the 98, and Vince Almriego in the 24. And you got Pack 3, that's Marty Johnson, Austin Yoakum, Skylar Dixon, Steve Pollard, Jake Hook, Sean Ard, and Daniel Olson. Wow, they're getting 4 wide, almost 5 wide coming into that pack right there. And then quite a ways back from them is Eugene DeMax, Jackie Tang. Ellison coming down pit road on lap 25. So interesting to see.
Gave up the ghost.
So interesting to see what's going to happen for Ellison. They are putting some really aggressive moves there. Cole Baker in the rear of the field there. There is Crampton. He's 36 right now. Garrett Sidner. And then there is Carter Friesen. So Ellison back 1 lap down. The leader's actually caught a slow car. If you just noticed, Gary Owen in the 69 with no hood right there. And I guarantee you the drivers to really keep an eye on are going to be Crampton and Ellison, and also as well as, you know, Carter Friesen and Joshua Sicoli. Those are probably the big 4 to keep an eye on. You know for a fact Friesen and Sicoli have had 2 of the strongest cars today, and they're chasers. Ellison's been the earliest to pit, and Crampton's been the latest to pit. But I guarantee you, like I said, the last thing I think the 92 needs to see is a caution. Because I think he could stretch it out and win the race off pit stops there. He could. Look at Friese going 3 wide for position, trying to be aggressive. To the inside line goes the Motul Toyota, and now we got 3 chasers in the top 5, let alone just the top 3 alone.
Cream rises to the top as always, and here come those chasers, as you said. And we'll see with Crampton, right? I think if we get no caution, though, he's got the overcut strategy. It should work, but we'll see, like I said.
And we got some new players coming into the picture. Adam Garcia in the 6. Finally making some presence there. Keep an eye on that switch Corvette. Don't ever doubt him because he's always been able to strike when everyone doesn't think that he will there. So far, no one else come down pit road. Pack 2 and Pack 3 have actually joined together here to create a little bit of a mega pack here. And these guys are hoping for the yellow. Actually, Pack 3 and Pack 4 joined together. My apologies. I thought this is actually Pack 2 right here. They may get reeled in by Pack 3. So far, though, we remain caution-free for right now since that first caution. Rob Evans also starting to do some magic in that unsponsored 65 car. No words on what will be sponsorship for next season in that scheme, but we shall see what'll happen. Just keep an eye on Discord over in the Silly Season News when you do there, because there will be some updates going on by with certain drivers. They're slowly gaining Garrett Sidner in the 44 right there. And, oh, drivers coming down pit road. Sicoli and Walton contact, and how in the world they keep it together? Holy cow. Oh, but never mind, there's a wreck.
There's the yellow.
That's Steve Pollard in the 57. And, oh, it's Matthew Eves in the 36. Caution is out. Oh, my. Oh, and those drivers that came down pit road, they got to get going quickly here. Because I believe the leader... They're saying Vince Freeze is the leader right now. But the drivers that came down pit road, they got to get going quickly here. They got to go. And I think Ellison, yeah, he's a lap down, and he has got to be kicking himself on that one. Oh, you got to feel right there for him, and wow, that is a big blow. Second week in a row, the 39 team tries a bold move there, and no luck. And even drivers staying out on this one. Almariego and Baskinger. What an aggressive move this is.
If Crampton comes in, I don't know if that's the right move, though.
He is.
We'll see. Oh, boy.
Well, this is a crazy call, but at the same time, you do have a point. That is a bit of a questionable move there, and I think, looks like Vince Freeze for right now may be the leader after pit stops if everything goes according to plan. Oh no, Freeze easily, gas only. And look at this, Smith is going to play a bit of an issue on the rest of these leaders. Remember, he's a damage car and he got ahead of them. Well, there's going to be some interesting eyebrows on this one. But right now, Vince Almariego is the leader right now. Jake Baskinger second. And they're saying third place right now is Joshua Sicoli. Well, actually, Sicoli, Deaver, Bobo Jones, Rob Evans, Adam Garcia, Eli Bright, Riley Keith, Jonathan Hoff, Brandon Crasta, Madison Tall, Benny Watson have all stayed out. That's quite a big number of drivers, but the key ones to keep an eye on is Crasta, Garcia, Joshua Sicoli, and Jake Baskinger. Oh boy, this is going to be a very interesting restart when we go back green, but we will take a look at our second caution. That was quite a hit for Matthew Eves in the 36, so we'll take a look in just a second. I just want to be sure about the drivers I mentioned before, because I do believe Ellison is going to be a lap down, as too is Garrett Sidner. So I'm just going to check to see if Sicoli is third. Yes, indeed, the case it says, according to the ticker. So now we'll take a look at ourselves, our second caution here at Auto Club. Well, we got to start at turn 3, entering coming in here at first, because, man, you got to give credit to Rob Evans and Michael Walton. They probably made one of the biggest saves right here in this race. And it was also because Evans and Walton were coming down pit road, and I don't know how they didn't wreck right here, but this was a pretty dang good save right here. As you see, Walton is trying to get out of the way of Sicoli, and look at just right here, watching the 65, you could just see Sicoli and Walton, they're just, I don't know how they keep it together. Then you see up ahead, or behind rather, Madison Tall and Matthew Eves make contact. Same thing that happens earlier. Tall, however, keeps her wheel to the left and is going to flat out dump the 36. And what a lick to the outside wall for the Money Lion Toyota Supra, and Madison Tall, insult to injury, getting a little bit more damage to that. But what a lick that is, Vince. Holy cow.
Yeah, he definitely going to feel that one tomorrow. And as we talked about in the beginning, right? Matthew Eves still has no luck.
No. See how fast he was going coming into that wall there. And ooh, man, this was a bit of a hit. Ooh, 142. Oh, man. That was...
Terrible angle.
He got hit pretty good there, and you can see that speed just ricocheted right there. But that was right before this. That was right after the safer barriers end, too, if you notice. So, tough break right there for Eves. Caution's out. Let's go to the finish. Pace car, given the 1 lap to go. Out of the race after this one only was Matthew Eves. So, a lot of question marks coming on by, but the big ones that stayed out, trying to hold on, Al Muriego, Jake Baskinger, and we mentioned before a whole hornet's nest of drivers, but the big one to keep an eye on is Gary Owen, that third on that line is green flag back underway. He is damaged, off the pace, and no hood, so I don't know what's going to happen. We're back green flag racing. I guarantee you, if your name is James Ellison, you got to hope for a good number of things. Drivers ahead of you to come down pit road, and you got to hope if there's a wreck, a good hornet's nest of drivers with those red splitters and banners to get involved in. Already Gary Owen going to be a pain right there. And Baskinger's coming down. Save for Almerigo. They couldn't hold on. Oh, they checked up Rob Evans. So look out. Freeze loses it but hangs on in the 90. Jones leads a lap. Well, that was big if you're Ellison, but he didn't get back on the lead lap there. But look at how aggressive they're going. Holy cow. Right now, the top chaser is Adam Garcia in the 6. And look who's starting to come. It's Madison Tolnady looking for 2 in a row. Remember, she just missed down the chase and finished 11th in the points. Oh, Krasna rubbing doors with Walden and Sicoli. Oh, he's pinballing him. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how they didn't wreck right there, but 2 to go. Wow, I don't know how they didn't wreck, but they're holding on. Bobo Jones with the lead.
Old Deaver.
Riley Keith actually starting to form.
Love it.
I know, they have almost the same similar colors there. But Jones, who's trying to look for a second win of the season, he won Daytona, has just been flat out cursed this whole season. Evans, I think, is coming down. No, he's not actually. But Walden's coming down. Walden the Chaser's coming down. White flag at the line for Bobo Jones in the 70. Looking for win number 2 of his career in the season. Look at Crest in the 95. Trying to be top chaser. Riley Keith in the 3. Trying to take a win. Rob Evans looking to the inside. I think that's going to help Bobo Jones right there. Unless Tall gets a good run for the 65 there. Garcia literally pinball with the 3. But it's not going to be enough. Bobo Jones is going to win his 2nd race of the season at Auto Club. Wow, what a finish. And I'm telling you, how did they not wreck earlier?
It's cool he somehow saved that pinball. I'll have to look at that later.
I don't know how. That was a save.
Bobo Jones, how about that? Big track racer, right? Daytona, now Auto Club. He likes these super speedways, it seems.
Yeah, he likes those super speedways, and well, he won the big 400 that was in here for this series, but unfortunately, you know, this season has not been kind to him at all. And oh man, that was yeah. Let's take a look at Sicoli there, but what a finish! That was insane. You can see why it's a fan favorite here, and no surprise right there. That was absolutely wild. So let's just see here real quickly here, and which now my mouse is now wanting to play these games. So before we take a look here, let's just look at your top 10 and results right here. Bobo Jones, your winner for the 2nd time this season. Rob Evans in 2nd. 3rd, Riley Keith. 4th, Adam Garcia is going to get the big 14 points right there. 5th, Eli Bright. 6th, Madison Tall. 7th, Brandon Krasta. 8th, Carter Friesen. 9th, Josh Scully playing the top 10. Nathan Stapleton. NS Racing now showing their speed already this season. Their cars didn't make the chase, but you've seen it how Madison Tall just missed out, and now the rest of the drivers, they're starting to show their big-time aggression. Let's just see that real quickly here with Sicoli. I mean, this car was pinballing here. We'll go half speed, but I don't know how they didn't wreck Vince. This was close.
Yeah, with luck on their side there, you can just see he's just a human pinball, and wow.
Rob was hoping for that caution to come, because if that did, he would have won the race right there. And Remember, two of those drivers that were right there were chasers too, and what a lucky break right there. But shocking that a California native didn't win this race, because the funny thing is we had 8 California native drivers in this event, and the person who won wasn't one of them.
Yeah, 20% of the field almost California guys, and they lost to the New Jersey and Bobo Jones.
Isn't that crazy? Because remember, he's a Canadian. His actual home track is Pocono. So what a turn of events that is there. But Bobo Jones, second win of his career and in the season. So let's get down to your full finishing results right here at Auto Club. We mentioned the top 10. Let's find some of our other chasers right there. Looking through, Vince Freeze finishing P17. Remember, some of those drivers got held up from the drivers that first came down pit road, and 90 lost some momentum right there and checked up some drivers there. Andrew Miller, 19. Not a bad run for that 98 team right there. Looking through, you got Eric Douglas in 26. Skylar Dixon, 27. Not a good run for those drivers right there. Then, last car to finish in the lead lap was Michael Walton in 32nd. And then James Ellison finished 33rd, the best of the lap down drivers, but not a good run overall there. And then Jake Baskinger, 37th. Those are two drivers that took the worst of the effect there. And, you know, the way how they performed there, they had good cars, but just Ellison tried a gutsy strategy, which at first it looked good, and then towards the end, not so much.
And then Albriego and Baskinger tried to, I don't know what they were doing. They should have just came in with the other guys on that caution. They went lap them.
Yeah, that's a tough break right there. But nonetheless, Bobo Jones, what a redemption that is for the 70 team. They're going to get their second win of the season. And Qualls, I guarantee you, has got to be really happy with that, because that's, you know, like I said, that 70 just had no luck after that first win. And here they are at Victory Lane Auto Club for the second time this season. It's going to be a weird 2-win season for that 70 team, unless they get a third win, which if they do, I'll be shocked. I really will be. So that's actually the 5th driver to win 2 races this season, too. That's another thing, too, because the other 4 that did, they're obviously in the chase. So what are the odds of that happening? But Vince, thank you for joining me in the booth for this one. I know he'll be here for the Cup race tomorrow. But if you like this race, be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the NRSL and subscribe button down below. And Vince, if you want to say any final words, go at it.
This has been Dylan Young, Vince Freeze, and we're signing off. We'll see you tomorrow for the Cup race.
Alrighty. Goodbye, everybody.